So in this video, we're going to talk very much about distance, and this is going to be a good example of a way that you guys can sort of practice to improve your distance. Now, the big problem that I tend to see with most golfers that struggle and lose distance is because in the backswing position, they move everything together. And what I mean by this is you consciously allow your lower body, your upper body, your hands, your arms, and even your head to move together in the backswing. And whilst this makes complete sense to do that, it doesn't make sense from a biomechanical perspective. And that's exactly what I'm going to try and get you to do inside this practice session so that you can feel the movements that you need to start, shall we say, loading the club and unloading the club on the back of the ball so you can produce more effortless distance. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to address the early part of this backswing position, okay? So again, we're trying to move away from a position where we move everything together. And what I want you to do is make sure, particularly in the early part of the backswing, you're not really trying to consciously turn. So as I sort of demonstrate, we're looking for a position where I'm roughly about left arm horizontal, like this, see where I am here? And when I'm getting into this position, I'm trying to do a couple of things. I want you to hit some shots, keeping your head very still. And I want you to feel like your lower body stays very resistant to much motion. And I want you to feel the relationship between your lead arm and your chest get closer. Okay, so like so. Okay, so you should really feel your arm loading up across your chest in that backswing position. Okay, as I'm sort of demonstrating again here. Now, you might need to use your trail hand. So you might need to use my right arm to help me lift my left arm up. So it's quite difficult to elevate your left arm on its own, particularly in such a way where I want it close across your chest. So if you let your right hand pull your left arm up as you do this, okay, that will help you improve that relationship in that sort of early backswing position. So again, you're literally just going to spend 25 shots just getting used to this idea of head nice and still, pull your arms up, only swing into about left arm horizontal, and you should get a strong sense of that lead arm relationship building across your chest. Now, the other reason why this is a really good exercise is because by doing a very short swing will help you massively with that sort of feeling of sequencing the backswing correctly. So what you're then going to do is you're just going to place an alignment stick on the floor to represent your target line, and then another one underneath the golf club as I'm demonstrating here. You see, again, golfers have a tendency in this backswing position to sort of move excessively. What they have to do is their arms end up becoming kind of, you know, a little bit out of position. Whilst what I want you to do is I want you to spend a little bit of practice time just keeping that head still, getting the feeling of your arms up across your chest. But see the way as I swing back here, look at my right hand. See the way my right hand stays very much on top of the club. And what that's doing is that's helping me pull the left arm up, but it's also helping me get a position of width. See what I'm doing? So you'd have spent 25 balls just sort of practicing the feeling of head still, lead arm across your chest. What I now want you to do is just spend 25 balls, same exercise, but I want you to switch your awareness away from just the left arm relationship to the chest, and I want you to get more of the feeling of this position here, okay? See the way that my right hand is pulling my left arm up, but it stays very much on top, and see the way that the club shaft points down towards the ball, down towards the target line, I should say. Now, if you wanted to, you can actually hit some shots with that as well, okay? Now, for many of you, that might be a little bit too much of an ask. Your other option is to just reduce the length of the alignment stick down, okay? So it takes the pressure away. So if you were to reduce it down a little bit, see the way now I've just got like a small pointer sticking out the end, and then this way there's less of a worry about it hitting me. But again, it's a really good way of getting that same feeling of the left arm to chest, but again, I'm getting that same awareness of that club, okay? So that's what you would do. Now, the next part of this little routine is very much to learn how to sort of start to incorporate your body in the downswing. So if you can get this good relationship of your arms up across your chest in the backswing, like so, then what will happen is momentum will take you a little bit further back naturally. But what I want you to do now is I want you to be thinking very much about how you're going to be guiding that arm. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to really use your chest. And the feeling is that as you start this downswing, you're going to try and get the feeling of moving your chest more down. So two things happen. One, it'll help you feel like you're going to hit more down on the ball. And two, it's going to push more weight pressure underneath that lead side. And that's going to make a massive difference to somebody who's, you know, had a history of moving off the ball and just pulling your arms down like so, to somebody now who is going to be loading that arm across your chest and then getting the feeling of really directing your chest down over that lead leg. And if you can just spend 50 balls trying to now encapsulate that same feeling of getting the backswing, chest down and across, that's a really good way for you to start practicing to, well, start going from somebody who really lacks distance to somebody who knows how to gain distance. And then, like I say, when you start creating those same feelings into the full swing, momentum will take you a little further. You can turn your chest to propel the arm down and across. It'll make a massive difference, I promise you. I'll see you soon.